Alright, so I just got the kit with the heater and everything. Um, the SSR. It's got a bed leveling kit with it. And that's actually that's actually put together for this bed that comes with the kit. Because it's got not just 4, it's got 8 leveling points. I am eventually going to do a BL touch because I don't want to deal with that. But the heated bed itself, alright, the heated bed is really, really nice. Mainly because it comes with extra sheathing on all the wires. Here, let me flip this over so you can... Now, there is no place for you to cut it out or whatever, so just put that out of your mind. That's just not going to happen. A second. So, here's the 400 by 400 heated bed. It's AC, 120 volt. It's got the thermistor right in the center there with a nice sheathing over the thermistor wires. So... if you look, it's pretty thick. And then the same thing happened. The same thing they did with the main power wires here. Again, pretty thick. So I don't think wearing through that or whatnot is going to be really an issue. So I got the bed and it was a little damaged. It looked like the package was dropped or something by FedEx, and then the aluminum plate was bent in one of the corners. I think it was this corner right here. Now, I went ahead and I used a hammer and straightened that out. However, what I can't use a hammer to fix is that the borosilicate glass got broken. I contacted the company Zyltech or Zyltech or whatever they want to call themselves, I forget. But they were really understanding about it, and they're actually shipping me out a new piece of glass right now. And the aluminum bed, I told them it was bent, and they said they don't have any more beds, but they can either send me out one when they get it, or I asked them if I could just do a partial refund or whatever, and they said that that's fine. So here's my plan, though. Because I can't put any holes in this. There's no markings for holes or anything. I figured it said it was adjustable, so I figured they would have like points where you can actually measured out points where you can actually put holes in it. But I'm not going to take that chance. See, since I have an extra aluminum piece, I'm going to actually use this one for my top plate for the bed. I'm going to adhere this to the bottom of this, just like how it's supposed to be done. And then I'm going to take Mark's plate, and I'm going to bring it over to my drill press, and I'm going to put the holes, the 8 holes in it for building, for leveling, putting the screws through for leveling and whatnot. And I know what you guys are thinking, oh, you're doubling the weight, whatnot. Here's what I'm also going to do. Since I'm not too... I'm not too much of a stranger of fabrication, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some measurements, draw out a pattern, and I'm going to actually cut out holes in this plate to lighten it up, so that it's basically just going to be, it's probably going to be an X here, and then it's going to have the arms going out to each corner, or to each point of the leveling. So it's going to be just a square here. Then it's going to be an X through the center here. And then all this is going to get cut out like here, here. All this is going to get cut out, and it's just going to have an arm coming out straight out for that one, straight out that way for that one. Just kind of like making my own carriage. And then I'm just going to bolt it straight to the existing Y carriage. I'm going to take the bed out from underneath it. So I'm going to take So it's probably not going to weigh much more than the plate plus the existing bed that's underneath it. And if it does weigh much, I'm going to try and put it on my scale if I have a scale that's big enough. I know I have like a little, I have a little scale here, but I don't know if that'll be too much weight for it. But I'll go ahead and I'll once I cut the pattern out of this, I'm going to measure this weight in comparison to the actual existing bed weight on that scale. That should be good enough to feel that to weigh that out. But that's my current plan, and I think this is a good move, honestly. So basically doing a custom Y carriage and putting that 400 bed back on with a heater. All right, I don't know what else to do, what else to cover. Now with this, I'm gonna have to do some programming as well. From what I was reading, the doing an AC bed, it's gonna oscillate a lot more than a DC bed. And I was looking on YouTube. There's some sort of programming that you can do with the EEPROM to get it so that it doesn't oscillate the temperature. And yeah, once I actually get the heated bed working and everything, no, I'm not going to be using these little, they have these brackets here. I think they're for clipping the bed, clipping the glass to the bed. I'm not going to be using those. I'm going to be using my tried and true method here, which is, this is just my normal glass, but then I put a silicone mat underneath that's about 1/2 millimeter thick. You can't even really see how thick it is, because damn thing, see, you can barely even see how thick it is. Yeah, it's super thin. So it's actually for transferring temperature, transferring heat through heat sink for a CPU, rather than using something like liquid silver or something like that. You use this on CPUs, but I wouldn't use it on CPUs, but I think a heated bed, it'll work just fine. And that's about it, I think. Yeah, it's a bummer that the glass is broken, but at the same rate, I'm going to get this heated bed going. Alright. I'll hit you guys up with another update in a little bit. And hopefully I'll have a AC heated bed on this sumbitch.